Hey guys, welcome to Monday, and yes, finally trying again to walk through our new unit and get started thinking about the historical context of the novel we're going to be reading together. And there's a lot here going on, a lot of things I'm trying to figure out how to convert to a digital format for those of you who are virtual. We'll keep learning and growing together, and I'm looking forward to sharing, once we get into the novel, to sharing that with you. But for today, I want to introduce you to the historical context of what we're looking at in this novel. And before we even do that, we need to think about something we're calling, let me pull over my screen here, something we're calling learning targets for our classroom. So let me get out of the way and show you what we're talking about. We're beginning a long-term study of a new topic. We're going to do a lot of work with a partner, and figuring out what that looks like virtual is going to be a challenge, but we are going to work together and share with each other. So we're going to learn to read and work with learning targets, think about what we notice and wonder about images. That's what we're doing today, and we're going to gather and organize details about these images. So let's look at what we have here. We're going to look through some images together. In a moment, you'll look at these photos. Each photograph, I want you to pause and write down. In this case, I want you to go to the Google Doc and write down specific details that you notice and things that you wonder about the picture. So, it's not showing up. Hang on. Okay. So, you'll have just a minute with the picture. It's going to have two options. You can see this on the side. I notice and I wonder. So I want you to think about these pictures. What do you see about it? Not ideas or conspiracies, but I notice on the first shot. What actually do you see in the photo? And then secondly, what do you wonder? What does the photo make you wonder about? So I want to post this. I want to move forward and give you a chance to look at these pictures. Here's the first one. Let me blow that up just a little bit for you, and I will put myself back here in the corner. Maybe I won't. Okay, here's the first one. This is image 1. So what I want you to do is to look at this and write down in the Google Doc with this assignment some things you notice and some things you wonder about. Pause the video and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, did you get a few things down? We'll walk through a few of these with you. Here's some things that I noticed right away about this. First of all, I noticed that there are people that look like they're very sad. I noticed there are people that are outside. I noticed that there are children and women. I noticed that these people look like they're probably Asian. Those are some of the things I notice. Some of the things I wonder about. Where are they going? Why are they sad? What are they doing right now? I wonder about the bandage on the boy's head. Was he hurt? Those are some of the things I would wonder about. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Bear with me while we move. Okay, here is the next slide. Again, take a minute or two to look at the photo, answer the questions. What do you notice and what do you wonder about? Okay, now that you've unpaused the video and you've filled out that next set, let's move on to another one. Let's go to image 5. Image 5. Go ahead. Look at this. What do you notice? What do you wonder about? Sorry, image 5. Image 5. What do you notice and what do you wonder about? Okay, I hope you've paused and typed some answers out, some things you notice and some things you wonder about. We're going to do one more. Here we go. One more right on image 8. Again, look at this. What do you notice? What do you wonder? Pause the video and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, thanks for doing that activity. I'm going to look through your responses and I'll share some of them with you guys tomorrow. I'll just scroll through a few more of these images together. We looked at this and I'm going to want you to share with each other, but since you're not here in my class, we won't do that. The next thing I want you to do is you'll see in your assignment on the page that there are some bits of text that I want you to look at, think about, and answer the question with the text. How do these bits of text relate to the photographs? How do these bits of text relate to the photographs? Let me pull up my screen again. So that's what we're going to talk about. How do these relate to the photographs? And the key word we're looking for is, what can you infer from the pictures and the sentences what's happened? What can you infer from the pictures and the sentences what has happened? An inference, which we've talked about before, is when you make a reasonable guess based, or not a guess, but a reasonable inference conclusion based on what you see in the photo. So, based on the pictures and sentences, what can you infer has happened? That's all on the Google document I've shared with you. Please write your answers out. Make sure you fill it out. Check it over for spelling and punctuation. I'll look through it and I'll share your responses tomorrow.